Welcome! In this short video, I want to talk about Splunk lookups, and specifically lookup tables. Lookup tables add custom fields to events from external sources like CSV files. In the most simplest sense, a lookup table is a CSV file with two columns, like shown here. Now, say you have a region code in your Splunk data, and it's not really that user-friendly because it's just a number. And suppose you want to tell Splunk every time you see a particular region code, replace it with a particular region name. So as you can see there on the left, we have example region codes, and on the right we have example region names. So every time Splunk sees region code equals 2443, it will add another column next to that is region name and says East US. We could also have it replace the existing value. It's pretty easy to add a lookup table to Splunk. We go to Settings, then Lookups, and then where it says Lookup Table Files, choose Add New. And on step number 3, we can browse and actually upload the CSV file. And here's how a lookup command in Splunk looks. And notice it's after the pipe because it is a command. So we do lookup table name, lookup field 1, and then output, and lookup field 2. And again, lookups have a lot of different options and they're very powerful. But for this demo, we're just going to do a very, very simple lookup with two columns. And we'll do lookup regioncodes.csv for our lookup table name. And in this example, we might want to do lookup regioncodes.csv if that's the name of that CSV with those two columns. Region code, output, region name. It's really quite simple. Let's look at how to actually implement this. So in our Splunk environment, what I'm going to do is create a simple CSV, a comma-separated document, just in Notepad. And I'm going to call it test. And I'm simply going to make two column names, call name 1, comma, call name 2, and I'm going to put some placeholders in here because we haven't actually looked at our data yet to see what values we want to replace. So val1 and val2, I'll put those in later, but just to make sure that this thing is working, let's output a message that says whatever the value is has been converted, and likewise for the second value. Now let's look at what data we actually want to replace here. And since we have no data coming into our Splunk yet, we can just use the index equals underscore internal to look at the Splunk logs. And we'll choose an event that has a few factors like log level perhaps. Now log level, this is already very user friendly, but let's say info, warn, and error are not what we want to see, or we want to convert them in some way. So what we're going to do is for call name 1, we'll do log and value 1 info, value 2 warn. Just like this data is showing here. And for column 2, we'll put info has been converted and warn has been converted. And let's save that as test.csv. Now back in Splunk, we simply go to Settings, Lookups, and where it says Lookup Table Files, Add New, and we'll browse and upload that test.csv that we just created. And destination file name, I like to leave it the same. And let's change the permissions so that everyone can do everything on this file. Great, so now we have our test.csv, the owner is admin, we have our permissions set. Let's take a look at our Splunk search and report app, and we'll search again for index equals underscore internal, and this time we'll specify log level and put a wildcard there, so we want to bring in all log levels. So this will match any events that actually have that log level field. So now let's do a Linux pipe, and we'll start our lookup string. So lookup, and then the table name, test.csv, and then the lookup field 1 will be log underscore level. The word output, the output will be call name 2. Great, now let's make a simple table with the table command, and we'll do log level, which will show us the original values, and call name 2, which should show us the new values. Great, so we have info has been converted. Let's specify that we want Warren. Warren has been converted as well. So that's how you add and implement a very simple lookup table on Splunk. Thank you for joining me in this demo.